Carolyn, thanks for taking a few minutes. I wanted to see if you wouldn't mind watching me look through my example of how I'm going to do this tutorial about uploading assets and bringing files into Datavolo. And if you're up for it, you know what? I'm realizing, let's just see if we can shoot it. Maybe it'll work out. So how
I
about a
mean, I'm
scrap
happy to be a part of a really scrappy tutorial. Are you
scrappy
ready?
tutorials? Here we go. All right, let's
Here we
do
go.
this. Let's go over to Datavolo Cloud because we love Datavolo Cloud. I got a runtime already set up here to practice in this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to create an execute SQL processor that needs a JDBC driver because I don't know how to
Okay.
bring that driver to it. All right, so what do you do? What we have to do to get to play this game nowadays, since we don't know where everything is, we have to say, hey, let's build us a parameter context so we can have some properties. So let's do one for the demo, right?
Yeah.
So I've got a parameter context for the demo. And then I think
Sounds
I can go under manage assets. Yeah. And here's where I can really upload something. Now I could do that thing, or I can just go drag and drop it. So I'm going to go over here and drag and drop my my Postgres, blah, blah, blah. Here's the trick. So that let me upload it. So it's listed in there, but I need to
yeah.
create a property that references it. So I'm just going to say Postgres driver. That's what we'll call it. And instead
Cool.
of typing a value, I'll just say, look, reference those files. And guess what? There they are. I only had one of
Perfect.
them, but you kind of get the gist, I hope. Yell if it doesn't make any sense because you're my QA tester. So if I'm wrong here, let me know. So I'm going to apply that. Remember PG driver because I'm going to need to know that in a minute.
Okay, okay, I got you.
PG driver. All right, so that's all done. We got a parameter context called the for demo. Let's build a quick process group that is the demo. And here's where we tie it to those list of parameters, use that parameter context. So we're learning a whole bunch of things at once here.
This
All
is
right, so
great.
in that process group called demo, let's finally drop our execute. The processor is going to let us run a query against Postgres. We'll double click on that. And right here, I need to link it to a controller service. So fine, build me one. This connection pool one sounds great. Let's go edit it
Amazing.
directly. I know you're lost, aren't you?
Oh, maybe a little bit.
Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Listen, you're on a roll. I'm
I
just
know,
here
I know.
for
All of a
that.
sudden, I'm glad we're shooting it. Here's the trick. Normally, you put like where it is,
Should that be
slash.
spelled where with a W or an S
It's
for
here,
here?
like sort of here it
Oh,
is.
so that's on purpose. Okay, good
Yeah,
to know.
that's what you normally do. Then the problem is it's going to blow up because that isn't where that is. This parameter is looking for just a string. So at runtime, it goes and find it, but I don't know where to put it because I can't touch it. It's in the cloud, blah, blah,
Is it
blah.
actually supposed to be an S and not a W?
No, it's supposed to be here it is, but I really just messed it up. So what we
Okay, okay.
can do, since we did set up something called PG driver, I think, and
Yes,
notice,
PG
look, if
driver.
I mistype it, like it goes,
Yeah,
oh, I don't know
it's
what you're
spelled
talking
wrong.
about.
Yeah,
But if I put the right name, it goes
so
cool.
thoughtful.
So really what I did is I'm just substituting a parameter, and that parameter is going to go to the context. The context is going to go, oh, this is referencing a file at all, and,
I
and
see.
it's going to pull that file name. That's really what we're looking for. It's not necessarily, it's going to upload it and then give us a file handle of where it is. And then from there, to be honest, we could just kind of go back into our processor and go on. Now, the bummer is I'm not going to take a few minutes and set up a Postgres environment and everything, but fundamentally that's it. But I think maybe to show it to make a little bit more sense, it might be beneficial to do a teeny bit more demo. But that's really what you would do. Grab your
Yeah.
file, parameter context, upload it, call it something, and then just reference it with pound squiggly in the name. Okay, let's do something that's real. Feels more real. I got this cool Will Shakespeare picture over here. You know it well.
Ah, yes.
We always play with the bard.
Billy, our dear
Yeah, our
Billy.
good friend. So let's do this. There's one called generate flow file. Eight flow file. There we go. And generate flow file just makes up one, but let's do this. Let's use that same parameter. Let's do oops.
PG driver.
Yeah, I messed that one up, didn't I? PG driver. You know what we need to do? Let's go to the parameter context parameters. So let's make another parameter on the fly here.
Oh, okay.
And you know what?
Should it be the Billy driver?
What we need to do is manage an asset. So let's
Okay,
upload one. Yeah, let's drag our good friend Bill over there. There he is. He's there. I hope he's
perfect.
there. We'll find out if he's there in a second.
I
And
don't know if
let's
it's to be or not to be, but we'll find out.
do good. To be or to be. We'll keep it simple. To
Yeah.
be.
To be.
And 2B is a reference asset to that JPEG. Okay?
Sounds
2B.
great.
2B. All right, we applied it. Okay, what am I going to do with that? I'm going to reference it in that generate flow file. This is kind of a stubby little thing that makes up stuff. So we're going to say right here in the custom text, let's reference that thing. 2B. Is that what it's, is that how we spelled it?
Yes.
Yeah, 2B. Okay.
That's why
All
it's
right, so we're
perfect.
going to generate flow file. And what I'm hoping is going to generate flow file with the contents of that file. That's not really what's going to happen, but let's see. All right, what's really going to happen is if I drag and drop, this is a stub. You got to say, hey, send the successes here. I'm just going to run it one time. Run once. Boom.
Let's see what happens.
Refresh. And I got a flow file, but it's only 106 bytes, meaning it isn't that picture of Will Shakespeare. What the heck is it? It is the path name, where that file is.
Yeah, that's like the name of the file or something.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what the other guy's doing. So with the Postgres driver, we don't really need a driver, just need to know where it is. And the where it is going to be different from every cluster to cluster, but there we go. We got NiFi, config resources, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we got a JPEG. Now, for fun, we can even stop there, but for fun, it's fun for me. Let's do ourselves one more solid here and say, look, let's drain that queue real quick, empty the queue out. What if instead of doing that, let's use it to make sure the file is really, really, really there. So we got this other processor called a fetch file, and the fetch file could actually, I'm going to update my other one that uses the zip file. We can say break this connection here. Now, the problem with fetch file, it needs a trigger. So we're going to let it send over whatever, just to make it really pointful. It's going to have nothing, nonsense in the name, in the content. Nonsense. I spelled that wrong. Nonsense.
Nonsense.
Nonsense. All right. So to verify, what do? We're going to run this once. It's going to have a quick flow file in here that says, hopefully, yep, there it is. And if I look at the contents, it has the word nonsense, right? Nonsense,
yes.
Nonsense. Okay, so I did that only because I really wanted to run the fetch file, and fetch file needs, as I said, it needs some kind of input to it. Normally you're sending it file names, and it's getting there. But let's send the success over here. If we make this work, one more, just in case it blows up, I'd like to see what happened. I'll create another funnel there, and we'll just drag all the other relationships over there. Boom, boom, boom. None of this makes sense. Be quiet. I mean, ask me in case you need some help.
Everything makes sense.
What I want to do, the file to fetch. This is it normally has parameters that are coming from the flow file, but we're going to just say, you know what? I really want you to fetch. I think it was called 2B.
Yeah.
2B with a squiggly. I like the color coding. Let you know. All right. So if I apply that, there's a guy coming in there. I'm just going to run it continuously because it's only going to get one flow file. If I refresh real quick, this one went away. And guess what? Earned success is something. What's in there? Well, what we're hoping to find out is it actually the contents of that file? Is it real? Is it around? And
that looks promising. It is. It's Billy. We found Billy.
He's there. So what that really means is we talked way too long over a very simple topic, but hopefully anyone that might, because I like this recording, hopefully anyone that watches it after the fact might recall. What did I say? If you want to put a file, you create a parameter context. Inside of that parameter context, you can go under this nice whoops, you go to the context and you say manage the assets. You can actually delete stuff, but as long as it's referenced, not referenced. So you can add and delete things all day to Sunday. These are both referenced. It tells you by who, so we can't get rid of them. If you just look in the edit, all we're really doing is building, a parameter in the parameter context that's referencing, that file. And then from there, just use this with a pound squiggly and off and running. And remember, this is just normally just going to be a text, so it's up to that processor of what the heck it does with that. One of them said, fine, just give me the string. And the other one says, I need a string because I'm going to go get a file. Any questions? It makes perfect sense to me.
I think that sounds great. I mean, it sounds like we took a file and we were able to transfer it over pretty easily so that computers understand that we're looking for a picture and not a name. Is that correct?
You got it. We better stop. If
Killed
anyone
it.
made this far, we really appreciate you. You're awesome because
Thank you so much for watching. And if you liked this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, or even better, check out datavolo.io and learn more about what we can do to help you with your unstructured data.
exactly. And not Carolyn and I know in the comments if it was too scrappy.
Was it too scrappy? Was
Was it
it
too
to
scrappy or
be?
was it
Or was
scrappy
it
enough?
not to be?
Scooby Doo or Scrappy Doo? It's up to you. All right, we're gonna stop it on that one.
Bye,
Thanks.
guys.
Thanks, Cheryl. I'll talk to you later. Thanks, everybody. Bye.